don't know why that music was just playing a second ago. What up? I'm back. I'll be bull crap. But that mean I'm happy though. Supposed to be happy. Happy in life. You know, there's a difference between choosing happiness and being happy. I choose happiness. Regardless of what happens in my life, I just choose happiness. I put happiness as one of my ruling state of minds. When I say ruling state of minds, is when you're not paying attention, you in unconscious mode, you in the back of your head, flip flopping, and you're not in the present. I want things to be happy. That's what I've programmed my mind to do in the last couple of months. To always have happiness the first thing on my mind. And done a pretty good job programming myself to be happy because uh, I think about happy thoughts all the time. For the most part, all my thoughts are pretty happy. You know, you got some people that's probably looking at that as, what is the word I'm looking for? Lame. You got a lot of people that think, oh, that's lame, thinking about happy thoughts all the time, this, that, blah, blah, blah. But my question is, who gave you the idea of the word lame? I'll wait. Do you even know have a working definition for the word lame? Because what I'm seeing here, what I'm always seeing here, I'm out and about all the time, and I'm always listening to people's conversations. I butt into their conversations and stuff. And I don't butt in to be nosy. I want to see how you react. I want to know the reactions of people, and I'm figuring out all these bad reactions and stuff that I'm getting from people from just butting into their conversation. I don't butt in a rude way. It's more like I know when and when not to to butt into a conversation, but it's like everyone's ruling state of mind, especially where I'm at right now, is to be by themselves, antisocial, and have a frown on their face. If you don't believe me, go outside. Go outside and see it for yourself where you at. Your city might be different from my city. But for the most part, you can't even walk up to a nice lady anymore. Just put a smile on your face and say, hi, how's your day going? Without her frowning up and looking at you like, why are you talking to me? And it don't matter how good you look. That's how they act. They're not used to human interaction. What they're used to now, they're used to this whole hiding behind a keyboard, hiding behind a phone life, this social media life. I can say whatever I want to you on this app. Blase, blase, blase. But when I get in front of you, I'm so shy. I'm so lazy. I don't want to give you eye contact. I don't want to do anything but put a frown on my face and act like I'm antisocial. Now, my question for you, if you're a person that does that, and pretty much it's like 8 out of 10 people do that, are you happy? Does a happy person put a frown on their face and walk around acting like they don't want human reaction, interreactions? Because to me, that just seems like it's something, an inner deep thing going on here. And you can't blame social media for this stuff. Because I don't blame social media for itself. Social media has been around for a long time, and I don't really get into social media that much. So I'm sure there's other people out there that don't. So the question is, how do you feel about human to human interaction? Are you happy enough or content with yourself to walk up to a person and have some confidence and open your damn mouth? You know what I'm saying? Like when I took upon this journey of self-improvement and trying to enlighten myself and all that, I realized I can't have any limitations. There can't be limitations. Limitations are an illusion in the first place. Because like I said, I could with a snap of a hat, I could be doing exactly what I want myself to do tomorrow. So I think it's really important for you to get into a state where you're happy for the most part. And see, because when you're happy, I'm happy. I'm for the most part, I'm a happy person. When people come up to me and talk to me, I'm happy to start a conversation with them. I have no problem starting conversations with strangers, as they say. You know, I don't think anyone's a stranger. That we all, we all humans on this earth, doing our thing, and we need to be helping each other too. That's why another thing that I've been on lately is the law of giving. There's a law, a universal law that comes with giving. You know, it ain't just a religious thing. This is a universal law. You get out of life what you put in. So again, if your ruling state of mind is nothing but anger or selfishness, because selfish, I'm gonna have to do a whole video on selfishness. So if your ruling state of mind is anger, selfishness, or I don't want to be bothered, or you got all these stories that are stuck and glued in your head and they're causing emotions or causing you to do things that you don't usually do or normally do as a human being, you got to come to a realization that either you let this stuff go or you continue doing it and let your mind expand on it, because whatever you think expands in the first place. So if I'm thinking negative thoughts and clearly I'm intentionally having these thoughts go on over and over and over again, and then I'm using my reasoning faculty, my faculty in my head, my thinking faculty called reasoning, and I'm reasoning myself into thinking these negative thoughts. Eventually, I'm expanding on negative thinking, and it's going to get harder and harder to get rid of this thing because you're going to have your whole body involved. I mean, your emotions, because the word emotion is motion, the motion towards it. You're going to have your whole self on this negative aspect, and it's going to expand as time go on. And I have friends out there now that consciously want to change their life, but subconsciously and unconsciously they've been dealing with so much negative emotion that it's hard for them to change. And I'm telling you now, you gotta get to a point where you slow down and work on the ruling state of mind and make that ruling state of mind happy. Happiness is the key. When you put yourself in a perfect state. Now remember a time. Remember a time when you were trying to get a problem solved and you solved the problem. What state were you in? Now you got some weird people out there that get mad and get in a mad state and get shit done. Hey, my hat goes out for y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. But when you want to get something done, the state of mind that you in plays a very key factor. Once I clear my mind, get in a happy state, I feel like I could do anything. I feel like I'm ready to clean up the house. I'm ready to clean the car out. I'm ready to go do some work around the community or whatever the case is. But if I'm in a state of mind of anger, I got a whole bunch of thoughts racing in my head that support the anger. Man, fuck this shit. Man, I ain't gotta do nothing. Blah, 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 blah. All this stuff that it's not like it's you that's saying this stuff. It's somebody else. It's your thoughts your thoughts just start racing. And when it comes to the mind, you got to be careful with your mind because your mind can trick you. Your mind can trick you into staying in a certain spot in your life, especially if you've been in that spot for a long time and you became comfortable and familiar with a thought. Now, what I mean by this is if you grew up in a family where lack and limitation and doubting was the ruling state of mind, meaning your mom and dad always doubted everything, doubted the government, doubted themselves, doubted their jobs, doubted you, doubted grandma, grandpa. They were just always, it was always doubt and limitations here, no abundance and nothing. and it was just limitations. That is a part of your ruler state of mind now here in your adulthood. That seep it into your mind unconsciously, and it's still there. Things that you did not uncomfortably digress out of are still sitting in your head, regardless if you want to believe that or not. And they're waiting for triggers, specific triggers, to have them come back up. And when they come back up, you'll have a reaction, instead of a response. Because there's two differences here. You got a reaction, that's what your subconscious mind shoots triggers and behavior and habitual habits out without you knowing. And you have a respond where you have to think before you come up with the answer that you're going to say. You want to be able to get to a point where you're responding. And you're not going to respond well if your ruling state of mind is in a negative reality. You're not going to respond well. Now, let's get back to the mind. As far as paradigms go, let's say you have a paradigm of lack and limitation. Like I was saying, if you do not deal with your paradigms, the paradigms are going to deal with you. Either you have some self-control or you're going to have paradigm control. There's no in between when it comes to your brain. The paradigm is in control or you in self-control mode. Now, if you don't deal with the paradigm the proper way, what ends up happening is you're going to be trying consciously to do something else, and you're going to feel this sense of I'm going to go ahead and say it's more like a uncomfortable feeling. You're going to feel this uncomfortable feeling doing something new. And for the most part, us as humans will get past the uncomfortability. Let's give it to you. You might get past the uncomfortability, but your brain is the master of all masters. It's going to come up with something else to keep that paradigm going. That shit ain't. I know you heard people say habits die hard. That is real. Habits die hard. Well, you might as well start having them die now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till next week. Don't wait till next year. Start killing them habits because your brain is so powerful. It'll stop your nervous system. It'll stop your immune system just to get you sick so you won't go and get a new job or anything. Like your brain, when it comes to paradigms, it's in control of your whole body. Let's say you're trying to start running and jogging and stuff, but you had a paradigm that you don't like exercising. Your mind will entertain the thoughts of stopping, and it will put emotion to it, or it will make you sick for 2 days. So you'll be like, okay, yeah, that way you won't go out and run. Like your brain works like that. It's like we got little devils in our head, and it's not that it's a devil like in a religious sense. It's And I don't even want you to think that it's a negative thing. It's not a negative thing. Our brain was not designed to make you happy. I'm going to say that again because some of y'all don't understand. Your brain was not designed to make you happy. Your brain was designed to make you survive, fight or flight. So if your brain has been looking and seeing that you've been doing the same habitual patterns for the last 20 years, and then on the 21st year you're trying to change it, your brain is going to try its hardest to stop you from changing the 20-year paradigm. That's a survival tactic of your brain. You got to understand the mind, man. Some of the thoughts that come to your mind are in harmony with the paradigm. Matter of fact, everything that you talk about, from eating to fitness, all of that come out of your mouth is in harmony of the paradigm. Whatever paradigm or bubble that you're locked in right now has a multitude of thoughts to come with it to stay in that bubble. So in order to get out of that bubble, you got to change your whole way of thinking. And then there's a process that comes with that. Either it dramatically change, like you get into a car accident, and then next thing you know, your life dramatically changed because that fear that came with smashing into a car messed you up. Now you dramatically change, or you use the way that I teach people, or the way that most self-help people teach. Repetition of different ideas over and over and over again into your conscious until it eternalizes into your subconscious mind and it becomes an automatic thing. As easy as I said that, it's not the most easiest thing to do, because like I said, your brain was meant for you to survive, not to be happy. So if you've been playing the same program every day, you got the same thoughts you had yesterday, last month, last year, your brain is saying, okay, well, these are the thoughts I need to protect and keep inside of the personnel psyche at all cost. So you got to work against your brain. You got to work against yourself just to change paradigms. And I see a lot of people have given up on it because it's hard. But that's where willpower come in. You got to have extraordinary willpower, and you got to stay in the present moment, and stay with willpower and stay in the present moment. You need to be doing specific rituals every day. I will make it a I will make it a lifetime thing to meditate. I'd make it a lifetime thing to have affirmations. Why have an affirmation and keep it for 30 days and say it a few times? I'll keep the affirmations for the rest of your life, and I will visualize, like I will have a vision of yourself already where you need to be. So yeah, ruling state of minds, that is what your mind wants you to keep, because it realized that that is the paradigm or the pattern that you've been keeping forever. So, for since you were younger. Your mind will keep it as the ruling state of mind. And it's very hard. It's like a big, thick rock. It's hard to get rid of, but it can be getting rid of. And it's going to be a lot of fighting with yourself. You're going to be dealing with positive and negative energy and the in betweens to get rid of some of the stronger paradigms. Some of the weaker ones, you could talk yourself right out of them, some of them ridiculous ones that you got in your head. But some of the hard ones, like your attitude of life and your financial behavior, meaning how you spend money and what mood you got to be in to do this and that. When you mad, do you eat too much, and all that stuff is going to take a while. Don't be upset when you take your journey and you make mistakes on the way. The mistakes are failures. Failures are good. It's good to fail, because now you know where you need to adjust for tomorrow. Take it one day at a time, one present moment at a time. That's the how I lost weight. I took it one day at a time, ate 1,400 calories, went to the gym and burned half of that out, and ate nothing but fruits and vegetables, and stayed away from sugars and refined carbs and bread and stuff. And after a while, I looked in the mirror and I saw somebody else. It wasn't the fat 300-pound me. It was a 177-pound me, and I looked good. And I went outside, and everybody else, oh, you look good. And I got all this attention from women now and all that I wasn't used to. But I mean, I did that by taking it one day at a time. So my advice to anyone, if you want to do anything, instead of looking at it and start making up in your mind how hard it's going to be, let's reason with yourself and come up with ideas of how easy it's going to be. And then we're going to take those ideas, those strategies, and we're going to take it one day at a time and keep doing it. And if you make mistakes, that's okay. Mistakes are good. You want to fail your way to success anyway. Who said this was going to be an easy ride to the top or wherever you want to be? It wasn't easy for me to lose all this weight. It ain't even easy to maintain it. I see a piece of cake and I'll be like, that's tough. I want the cake. But your brain wants to continue doing the old way, and you gotta shut that old way out. You kill a habit by replacing it. Instead of eating bread, eat a whole bunch of vegetables. I don't care how your brain say you don't want them vegetables. That's nice. It's your brain. I'd be so mad at people and they be like, man, I don't want that, but you need to eat it. Yeah. If you know you need to eat it, but you don't want it, what are you telling me? You have no self-control. We're gonna have to do a whole video on self control, man. But anyways, I need y'all to check this out. Check this book out. Whenever you get a chance, can you see it? Ooh. It's called U Square. It's U times two. And basically you could take quantum leaps to success and not know how you're gonna get there. So when I'm done with this book, I'm gonna do an overview over it, and we're gonna do some extensive studying on it and apply it a part of my life. Because there's no point in reading a book if you're gonna read it one time. You got to read that book over and over and take notes and study the notes and remember the notes and read the book like you the author, so you can internalize the book and start putting it a part of your life. Because remember, you want to change your thoughts so it won't be the same thoughts as last year. You do not want the same results you had last year, so you got to change your thoughts. Everything, anything that's holding you back, you got to change it. And you got to remember, somebody programmed it there in the first place, so it can't be that bad. I could have been in a family that told me that driving cars were terrible and I wouldn't be in this car right now. But that'd be a paradigm in me. Well, I can't get in the car. I can't get in the car. Or I could have been a part of a family that said money is the root of all evil. And then I could just been broke and never dealing with money ever in my life. Even though the scripture says the love of money is the root of all evil. And then that's just somebody else's opinion anyway. I can't go off of books and stuff that I wasn't around when it was being written. So, anywho, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm about to head up in here, make me some money real quick, read my books, and enjoy my day. Peace.